Nice. Thank you all for coming out. I'd like to first start off by thanking Cohab in general. It's just such an awesome place to have here locally. Without it, I wouldn't have met Blake. And without 1 Million Cups also, I wouldn't have met him. We actually met here at 1 Million Cups about 3 or 4 months ago. It's kind of how we, a little background. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Or the chef?
Good morning. I'm Blake Jackson. I'm the owner of Drake Catering, and now I'm a partner with Prepared Nutrition. This was one of Jake's ideas here, and he saw that we had a product that was similar to what he was looking for, and we can kind of merge those two concepts to form this company. This was something that was not necessarily for my business, looked like what I thought would be a little supplemental income, and it's something that formed into a much larger entity in a hurry. We're 1 month in. As far as rate of growth, I don't think I've experienced any sort of business. This is my fourth business to have ownership in, and it's definitely something that has taken off faster than anything else. Jake, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start up here.
Alrighty.
And we'll go from there.
So we're Prepared Nutrition. We've been in the testing phases for about 3 months, and we've been actually pushing meals for a month. We started off serving single meals out of his location, and it showed to be a viable concept immediately. People love his food, and that's really the backbone of our company is the product. So we launched about a month ago, and now we're pushing around 500 meals a week, which I don't know if you guys ever seen 500 meals, but I saw it yesterday, and it's a lot of meals. But there's a strategic way to put all these together and to get them out to our customers in a timely manner as well as a professional manner. So we are Prepared Nutrition. So we prepare healthy food items, healthy meals for people's busy work weeks. You guys probably know it as meal prepping. So as for myself, I used to meal prep every Sunday for my entire week. And the problems I would run into is I would be cooking about 15 pounds of chicken in my huge slow cooker, and like brown rice and beans, and I would literally eat this brown rice and beans and chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to stay lean and fit. And that's what I did all through college. For really the last 8 years of my life, I would eat the same thing every single day because I wanted to stay healthy. Well, this is an awesome substitute because now we have a variety of healthy foods that our menu changes every single week. So you're not only getting these healthy foods throughout the week and throughout your months, but you're getting a variety of them. So you're never getting tired of the same thing over and over. And that's really what our customers have been seeing. And that's why we have a 90% reorder rate right now, which is phenomenal. And the average person starts off ordering 5 meals, then 10 meals a week. And this week we got our first order for 20 meals from one person. So I don't know if they're sharing them or what they're doing, but they ordered 20 for one person, which is phenomenal. Like I said, the backbone to our company is quality food. I don't know if you guys ever tried Drake's salmon or their pork loin, but it's just phenomenal. The flavor just like bursts out of it, and the salmon literally falls apart just right in front of you, and it's just delicious. We literally have people ordering like 5 salmons, 5 porks, and like 1 wrap, just because they love that product. The second thing that really supports our company is being available to our customers, and no matter how big we get, we're going to stick to that. If like for example, yesterday, a customer called in at 8 p.m. You got to answer that phone because the customer is online. Online's 24/7. So if you're selling a product online, you better be available. That's all there is to it. So we help that customer, talk to that customer, and the customer ordered 5 minutes later. She ordered 10 meals. Now that's just a great customer service, thing that we do, and I think that's why our customers like us. Also, we offer delivery for only $5 in Shreveport, Bossier, and we have about 25% of our orders are delivery, which is a healthy amount and pretty manageable right now. All right. Another thing. So everyone always, the big thing when you're launching a company. I know all you guys have experienced this. How do you get out to your market? Do you put a $4,000 billboard up down airline for a month, or do you put that money into a magazine or into social media? Currently, we are only doing social media. Only Facebook, actually. We only advertise on Facebook, and our acquisition rate's about $4 per customer. So that's pretty good. And one of the big things is, as John told me, I sat down with John and Mr. Upshaw before we launched this, and they said, in order to be successful, you're going to have to start it up very lean, and also get a lot of customer reviews. So that's what we've been pushing. Customer reviews have been helping us out just tremendously. Like this one comment, it tastes amazing. She's a bikini competitor that competed in the recent bodybuilding contest out here, and she had somewhere like 15 comments just on that one post. So really, I think that goes for all companies. If you can get people posting online about your product, it just goes so far. We're only up to 712 likes in the first month. I would like to get up, I would like to be, 15,000 like you see on some pages, but I think that it's going to take about 6 months. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah.
Go for it.
As far as social media advertising, this has been really something that I have not even pushed with my existing businesses yet either. We've done some connection. We're really just letting this kind of grow organically. Once we've seen that happen, or at least peak, then we're really going to start pushing from my existing client base from another business, and that's something we're looking forward to doing with other existing caterers. Where we see in Texas, you've got models like this that big city hop. They start in Austin, they move to Houston, they go up to Dallas. We are looking, there's a smaller middle market for mid-sized cities that is also very approachable that we can use this for, that we're ahead of the curve on moving forward with that. We're looking at places like Monroe, places like Little Rock, places like Jackson, Mississippi that have not really seen this health food meal prep situation start to grow yet. So that's where we're looking towards in the future. Moving on from this one, Jake, do you want to go to the next one? These are some of the improvements that we've seen we can make on the computer side as far as what's going to help us reduce the man hours that go into operating the ordering system so we can focus more on getting more clients. Jake, you want to talk more about that?
Yeah. And I think what he hit on, the nail is the whole part about being the first entrant into a new market. That's a big thing. And I think that's what Shreveport Bossier here is just like, is so awesome about it, because you have so many new niche opportunities here you can really expand on. Because just one of the things is like one of our biggest posts is, oh my gosh, I'm so happy it's here. That's like a really big one we're having. But yeah, right now, we came here today really trying to get some ideas on how to automate our system a little more. It's, currently people are ordering, and, I have big spreadsheets and we get everything right, but it takes a long time, So we've implemented a few things where it automatically exports it, but we're looking for a company that can really help us out with automating our systems and even down to our text messages. And staying in constant contact with our customers. We don't want to be annoying, but 2 emails a week saying the new menu's up and a confirmation when they order, and then a text the day of saying your meal's ready. Just 3 easy points of contact throughout the week that we want to stay on schedule with. Also, we want to expand beyond social media marketing. Yeah, it's done us well, but what other avenues can we take? We're in 2 gyms, or we're in the Shreveport Auto Mall. We put a cooler, an actual 3x6 refrigeration unit in the Shreveport Auto Mall, in the Nissan, and in ChristFit Gym to really just get more exposure out there. It's kind of one of our advertising methods to have an actual unit that sells individual meals, so more people see us. So we're doing that route, but we are still looking for more ways to get in contact with more clients, especially the older generation. You have the senior citizens who are at home who can't really cook. So that's they're a big market that we are so far from, but it would be great to just be right in with them. And also expand to other territories like Blake was talking about. That's which ones do we expand to is really the big question. And I think it's whatever we can have the best partners in. So if you want to try our product out, which I'd highly suggest, if you guys could help out in any way, that would be the first way. Try out our product, just so you can say, I've tried prepared nutrition food. This is what I think, and you can share it with your fellow family, friends, co-workers, people like that. We do all ordering from Monday through Wednesday. So today's Wednesday, so if you do want to submit an order, you can go to preparednutrition.com and just submit your order for the week. And then you can pick it up on Monday morning, free of charge, at Drake Catering over in Shreveport, or $5 delivery. Anything else to add?
That's all I got.
Open to Q&A.
My name's Dalton Dean. I own a company called Mainspring. So my question kind of goes into when you guys are looking at the next 12 markets or whatever the next markets are, when you kind of scale this out, what do you see being your biggest challenge? Is it the whoever is cooking the meals? Is it keeping consistent on that? Are you guys going to handle that side of the house, logistics on delivery service, or how are you going to set all that up?
From my point of view, from production and distribution side, what we have to look for in those partnerships is, and we talked about this yesterday, we've got to find other catering companies or restaurants that see this as an extra revenue source, not necessarily we're in the red, we need to get out. And that's something that I've already started working on, is looking for these new, I think us bringing the concept to them instead of them coming to us is the way to go. So from that standpoint, yes, it's going to take a lot of work for us to assure, for quality assurance, making sure that they are coming up with the same product that we are wanting to put out here. Now, as far as reaching out, as far as what I see the biggest problem being, is we work on word of mouth here at Shreveport because we know people in Shreveport Bossier. I'm not as confident of, say, if we go to Monroe, I know 5 people in Monroe. How do we get to the rest of those people? And that's something that really, outside of whoever we partner with in Monroe, their word of mouth base, how do we expand from there? Jake?
Yeah, everything that he said, plus, we want to keep the ordering internally, so everyone orders directly from us, and then we would send them their, what meals to cook, I think, and where to deliver to. As far as connecting with the local the local population there, that's definitely something we're going to look into. Social media works, but a lot of our business has actually been derived from me joining 5 different gyms and going to literally just basically gym hopping. That's what I do. I never work out at the same gym, so I constantly gym hop, and that's our target market.
Kind of to jump off of what you were saying there, more of a suggestion too. Whenever you started talking about how to branch out into the community, and one of the things I would, advertising on a billboard, probably not y'all's best option, but doing exactly what you do. One of the things maybe, Blake and I have talked a little bit about y'all's costs. It may be something that y'all can donate, just give a gym owner, especially CrossFit, that kind of stuff. Treat it kind of like an old school politician kind of deal, going to the little churches and talking to the preacher, and then have the preacher talk about your product kind of thing. So you go in and you say, hey, I'll give you these meals, try it out, see what it's like. Have him talk about your meals. Obviously, they're going to be good. He'll talk about it to his people, and now you have a totally, that's pretty cheap advertising. One gym, one guy, kind of thing. And I think Monroe would probably be the best place to go moving forward. I was kind of thinking about the market over there. I spend quite a bit of time over there. They have a lot of startups, little gymnastic gyms that kids go to, all the way up to like DBAT, where they have baseball lessons. Monroe, as everybody knows about West Monroe High School, there's a ton of athletes there. They're very health conscious over there, despite what you see on Duck Dynasty and stuff like that. But no, they are very health conscious. So moving into Monroe would be, I think, probably one of your better, and it's close. I mean, you're 80 miles. It's not that far. Now, as for how y'all would do that, the franchise, why would you put ownership over there? Would you franchise it? I think that's something y'all would really want to focus on pretty intently, because Blake, you said it, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said losing quality is probably your biggest concern. You'd have to really know that caterer over there to make sure that he can cook whatever it is that y'all are cooking as well as you do, because what if he just grabs your name and bastardizes it, and next thing you know, Prepared Nutrition in Monroe is dog food compared to Prepared Nutrition in Shreveport. But I think it's a great idea. I haven't tried it yet. Sorry. I'm gonna get Beth to go over there and get some, and you're a better cook than she is, so that'll be great.
Hi, my name's Candace Collette. I work at Cook Yancey, and my question, Jacob, I think is for you. I went on the website yesterday and looked, and you talked about lifestyle coaches. How are y'all staffing that, and what are their credentials, is one question. And then if somebody's on just looking at the menus, how do you get any nutritional information?
Okay.
Because I didn't see that easily.
Yeah. Did you see the calorie count? Yeah. It's not like in your face, but yeah, the calorie count is underneath.
Each item?
Yeah.
And we can get you, if you're looking for macronutrition information, we can get that to you. That is something I do item by item, and I think that's something that we've had requests for. I think we're going to include, as well as calories, fats, proteins, and fibers, probably, and carbohydrates is one of those things. We can include those. I will say this. As far as carbohydrates go, that's probably not my number one concern out of all the macronutritional information. We're much more concerned about fats, proteins, fibers, and calories. But if anyone needs it, we can get that carb information.
So it's not available on the menu, the calories, so you have to ask.
The reason why I don't want to put that up there is because if you go around the room and give everyone a survey and ask what they think about sugars and carbs and proteins, everyone's going to have a different answer. Everyone has this assumption in their head about like what carbs do to your body, or what sodium is bad for you, and how it plays a role in your nutrition and your intake. So I like to just keep it at just the calories, just to keep it like a simple, like this, how many calories you're intaking, and kind of do the whole calorie in, calorie out is what you're going to end up with at the end of the day.
So basically, if I hear you right, if I want to order and I want to know the fat and carbs, you just have to email and ask?
Correct.
On individual items?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about your coaches? How does that work?
Well, as far as our coaches, our trainers, we have local coaches at like Pro 27, Bel Air Fitness, that if you want one, we can link you up with one, and they support us. They kind of work with us. They're not directly in our
I
company.
think I meant more like if you're choosing the meals, the site kind of implied that once you fill out that assessment, that you're going to be guided toward the right meals to achieve your goals. So does that come through Prepared Nutrition, or only if you affiliate with an outside coach?
That's more of a lead.
Okay. 'Cause I got the impression the site,
yeah.
if I want to order and I filled out the assessment, you're going to help me know what to order. Not true?
Well, we have a set menu. That page is a lead generation page. So we put that out there so that it's kind of a marketing strategy. People who are interested will fill it out, and then it's a lead we do and contact them and talk to them about,
Okay.
And we can change the wording on that. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't
I see what you're
know
saying.
anything about it.
Yesterday, just to see
I got
how
you.
it work and no contact yet, but we'll have that conversation.
Yeah.
I understand that. And looking into the future, we do want to have people on staff as far as nutritionists that'll get help with that type of information. I work, as far as creating the recipes, I work with the dietitian to help create the recipes, a registered dietitian. And so she's the one that really helps us make sure that what we're doing is falling into the right parameters. Now, as far as what he was talking about, when we first started, we had a lot of people that were requesting gluten-free, a lot of people requesting low fat, a lot of people, and then some people that wanted, weight gain. They wanted to bulk up, guys that wanted to, bulk up. And so when we initially started, what that was referencing really was the people that when you called, we could help you out. If you were looking for weight gain, obviously something that was just tilapia and veggies was going to be a little less on the weight gain end than something like we had a baked chicken parm with couscous that was more geared towards, So that's more so helping pick those meals out of our given set. We're up to 8 meal choices instead of 6, which is going to help us move forward as far as people that want to gear more towards one side or the other.
Just in following up on that, the idea of asking, so there's like a little survey you fill out, and then y'all tell them what type of meal plan they would rather have. It may behoove y'all just to avoid that legal conflict of saying that you're now prescribing a diet and a menu for someone. Maybe just describe the type of person who would resonate with each of those type of meal plans. So let's
That's a good idea.
hey, you're a lifter, you're here, you're getting protein, you're trying to build, this is your set. So you're not asking them, there's no give and take, it's just showing your offerings and...
When I think on that note, one thing we could do, and you can tell us if this is something you'd appreciate, like if I have items number 1 through 8, each week when we set those up, I'll make sure items 1 through 3 are high protein, items 4 through 6 are low cal, items 7 and 8 are extremely low fat.
Okay.
Or gluten free. And then that way we can tell our clients, if you're into weight gain, you should have, if you're getting the 5 meal pack, you should have at least 4 of those be from 1 through 3.
Okay.
Or section A, or green meals.
Yeah, I was about
2
to say-
red meals, 1 blue meal.
Right. Either that or have like a little icon, say this is high protein, this is low gluten. So they may be double, they may have
Sure.
a couple of different icons, and that'll help them build
And
them.
that's a
And
good
that
way to-
simplifies it on your end. That way there's not a gainer setup.
We're not
There's
trying to tell anyone what they should do. They're making these decisions for themselves.
Precisely.
And currently, we're really trying to we're trying to put out about 40 to 50 meals into the market and get feedback, and then start narrowing down which ones we're gonna rotate more frequently.
Nice.
How many ounces are these meals?
Now each one, all of my recipes had to be done per particular, like down to tablespoons, ounces of each thing. Salmon is a 4-ounce portion. Pork and chicken are 6-ounce portions. Tilapia is a 6-ounce portion. Beef's a 4-ounce portion. So I mean now we could put it, would that be something that
No,
y'all
I'm
wanna
just
know, or-
wondering, because like with the cilantro lime turkey at calorie 640, I would bet some people divide that in two. That's probably 2 portions for some people.
It's a hearty amount of turkey. That's
Yeah.
6 ounces of turkey.
Yeah.
But where you're coming in there is brown rice adds that up. Which turkey was that? Is the cilantro turkey?
Cilantro lime. I would
and-
bet some people would turn that into 2 portions, 2 lunches,
Sure.
probably.
And also, I mean, 90-10 turkey is good for you, but at the same time, it's not a perfect product either. I mean, it's the health benefits are better than red meat, but at the same time, it's ground turkey. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily a
Well,
fat-free item.
The only reason I asked is some of your competitors, other prepared food companies, what they consider one serving is usually 2 for me.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going for single portion.
Okay.
Because that's what, I wouldn't say 70%, but I'd say probably half of our clients are weight loss clients. And so they are looking for help with portion control.
Okay, gotcha.
Are y'all targeting a certain market segment you're looking for, whether it's, housewives, college students, people? What's the goal? Are you looking for someone who's, just kind of, who are you targeting?
24 to 45, health conscious individuals.
So it's not so much you're really focused on the health side as opposed to the convenience side. It's more the nutrition as it is the prepared.
Yes.
Because what appeals to me more than the nutrition is the fact that, I like the fact that Blake's cooking the meal and that I don't have to. So there's definitely people out there that, and a $10 meal is, I was talking about with some of my roommates yesterday, a $10 meal is considerably cheaper than if I were to go to Sushi Gen, eat 1,400 calories and spend $45 on, a meal. So if I could get one of yours for $10 and it's pretty healthy. So there may be some people out there that you may not necessarily just have to talk about how nutritious it is. You could also talk about how convenient it is, and go after the people that are looking for someone who's in a hurry and doesn't know how to cook, and
Sure.
the bachelors.
Good morning. I'm Bobby with Underdog Apparel. Who is your closest competitor in the area?
I would say Healthy Chef Foods, as far as a commonly known competitor.
She has a focus on vegan foods.
Yeah.
So we've had several clients come that liked her product, but they were looking, main thing was that they had a husband at home that was not going to eat vegan.
Okay.
I'm serious. That's what most of the clients we've seen that have come over to us, their biggest concern was that their husband's not going to eat mushrooms and zucchini every night.
Another reason I'm asking is, have you checked with them on what type of automated system they're using? Because sometimes the information can be shared with you, or maybe someone that's very good at having this system automated. Find out who they're using and contact them as far as a trial basis on getting something in place that you need.
That's a good suggestion.
Absolutely.
So kind of going back to the scale side of it, have you guys looked at doing some sort of model where you team up with, we look a lot at the college markets because they're young, you can grow incredibly fast. Word of mouth, you get more bang for your buck than anywhere else. Looking at those markets and partnering with sororities, fraternities of the world, putting refrigeration devices inside the houses, selling meals that way, and then doing some sort of where y'all can still prep it all from one location and possibly ship it out to stock these refrigerators or anything like that. That way you kind of control the more parts of the supply chain that you control, obviously the better you can control the quality.
Sure. And we've discussed that right now and your model's always going to change. The model we had when we started was obviously there's no way that I could, at first I didn't think that my staff and I could produce, as many meals as we're doing now, but we've made changes to make that happen. as it continues to grow, I like the idea of that very large scale production. That's just getting into and that's taking the next big step in business. That's taking out or taking some very serious investors to build a location. Unfortunately, kitchen construction is about the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
Most expensive building you can do.
And maybe I'm completely off base. I mean, is that something that you guys have interest in? Is like taking this to a regional or a national or any kind of major? Or is this just kind of like a Shreveport / Louisiana Arklatex? You know, where do you see it going?
I don't put a cap on anything I do.
All right, good.
But what I don't want to get into too much is I see a lot of, you get into companies that do these national distribution things, and I feel like most people's complaints on all their food is that to do that, they might have had to use a fair amount of preservative to ship, and B, most people complain that those foods are really flavorless and which when I look at it, when you look at flavor-wise, flavor is going to increase its a little scale. Like it flavors here, after day one it's here, through day 7 it changes, it diminishes, and that's some food science for you guys. But that's really why I'm afraid to get into too large of a distribution instead of just having someone else franchise that out and make the meals. But then you know it's 1 or 2 options. Then I have to have managers to make sure, district managers, they're going over there checking them just like any other franchise. Like
are you familiar with My Fit Foods out of Austin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been, when I lived there, they were exploding at the time.
Same in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're in Dallas. I mean, that's something, and they have, I don't know how many locations. In Austin, they've got 6 alone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's an incredible model. That's definitely something that I took a lot of notes from in starting to develop the production and distribution end. So.
Yeah. As far as college towns, I opened a fraternity sorority store in Boca Raton, Florida, and college students, they're great because they have their parents' credit card. You know, they'll ring up a few $100 whenever they want, but they're really kind of like wishy-washy. You know, like one weekend they'll be all about you, next weekend you won't see them. You know, so it's.
Do you just do a subscription model?
We would like to go into that soon, but yeah, but that's the whole automating everything. Yeah.
Okay, coming from a interested customer, 2 things. Number 1, how is it frozen?
No.
Okay, so it lasts. What if you don't eat them all? Like, does it have I know you said by day 7 it doesn't taste good, but just as a, if you're busy that week and you don't use them all.
As far as our packaging, I give everything a max of through Friday. I don't encourage anyone to that's safety-wise, it's okay. Mm-hmm. But from my standpoint, as someone who's proud of making my food, I don't want anyone, they are made for the week and they should be eaten in the week. And
So when you're ordering, you need to make plans of this is going to be my lunches all this week or something. And then also having a teenage daughter, are any of them, she's going to turn her nose up at some of the fancy stuff. Do y'all do any kind of, I don't want to say kid friendly because I know that misses the point, but do you do anything along the lines that are a little bit more mainstream, I guess?
Well, I would say and I don't know how, looking at my menu for prepared nutrition, I've much more simplified than what my catering company does. Absolutely. We do try and keep it as, we try to make sure that there's flavors there and still be unique, because I personally wouldn't buy a product that was called chicken and rice, but if I called it Chipotle chicken and zesty brown rice, I'm all up on it, So that's kind of my thing. I think that we've kind of got a good middle ground with where our product is as far as being approachable but unique at the same time.
And I will say I am a customer and I'm a big fan. My girlfriend's been using it for several weeks.
Awesome.
And I've been in another part of the country, but when I came in town, I just started eating all of her meals. And They're great.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
To kind of leapfrog off Kelly's point, if you plan for the week but you have some left, do you encourage freezing or not?
I don't encourage freezing any of my foods.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, that's just, unless you have a vacuum sealer. That's
Okay.
really my only.
That's good to know.
We have, she and my girlfriend's frozen several, and not for a long period.
Sure.
But like for, 3 or 4 days, and
They've been fine.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I personally had
She had like 1 or 2 left over, so she threw them in the freezer, and when I got back in town, I pulled one out, threw it in
Great.
there, warmed it up, and
Well, that's a very good thing to know.
I mean, I probably wouldn't do it long term, but
Sure.
to make it a
I
couple
know
extra
this,
days.
just the same way that you would, our containers are oven safe and microwave safe. Oven safe up to 375 and microwave safe for as long as you want to melt them. But as far as reheating in a microwave like that from frozen, similar process to what you'd get at TV dinner. If you put saran over the top of it, you can let it microwave for a bit and it'll, break apart and then open it up, stir it around, finish it without the saran. But again, I encourage everyone to oven everything. There's a lot of talk about what ovens do to what microwaves do to nutrients, and I'm not a scientist on that level, but I'm not going to argue the people that say it's bad. It's because I think it makes sense that you're zapping something with waves of, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
Okay, I want to ask the question that John would ask if he was here. So what's keeping you up at night? Oh, is it?
Let's
Oh, I'm
keep you up.
sorry. No, go ahead.
Well, I'm planning a wedding right now, so that's keeping me up. From the production and distribution end, obviously, we want to make sure that every product's a home run, but everyone's got different taste buds, I want everyone to love every single thing. I'm that kind of person with all my foods. But as far as what really, worries me is that there's just something, when you're making healthy foods, you're cutting out the good